All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time coming for us to have a chatting with Qushu session, and I am happy to have it with you. It's been a minute, so let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Wait, let me make sure everything is on the up and up. Yep, everything's on the up and up. My face looks extra slick because I put lotion on before I had to head out for an errand, but other than that, welcome everyone. It's been quite a while since we last had a session where we just talked with each other. Sure, I could play a game, sure, we could react to some stuff, but I just wanted to just take this moment to talk to you guys because we don't really do that all that often. It's pretty sporadic sometimes. It's not an every all the time recurring thing. But I really wanted to take this time to just speak to you guys. And this isn't going to be along the same lines as like when I speak to my members, because whenever I speak to my members, it is strictly just stuff that's going to be happening for the channel as a whole. I just wanted to just, check up on everybody and make sure everybody was good. Mihai, it's good to see you. I'm trying to get chat off to the side there because this will definitely change later on, but want to make sure everything was on the up and up. I can see you guys just fine. Good to see you, Kitty, Mihai, and everyone else involved. So, May. May. What a month already. There's so much that's been happening in May, a lot of good things that's been happening, but also this weather has been exceedingly crazy. The first couple of days of May, and it was cold. Now, all of a sudden, May is showing showers that are supposed to be in April. And now it's starting to really heat up all of a sudden. So you can't trust the weather. There's numerous earthquakes happening all over the world, especially in the Japan area. And a lot of these quakes are following like this trench line. And it's been quiet for one section. And now there's more quakes happening. Like there's a lot of stuff happening all over. There was fires over in one section of the United States. Like there's so much going on in May. Now, while I could talk about like anime and games and such, let me go ahead and get in like my okay, so I can see chat just fine. I really don't need my phone to see chat. I really don't need my phone to see chat. I can just see you guys just fine. Uh just off of the live studio. But there's a lot of things happening in May. And I just want to see where everyone's good, everyone's okay. This isn't just specifically aimed at like, is everyone good here on the channel? I just mean, how's everyone doing? Y'all day's been good, y'all been fine. Yeah, life been treating you well. I always ask you whenever you guys appear in here, but I just want to make sure that you all were good. It is become apparent to me that what I and I'm not trying to turn this into a conversation about what I do, but seeing how crazy things have gotten in the world, and it's really insane just how much stuff is happening in the world. It's really brought to into a perspective how important the work that I do here is for people who just need a break from all that craziness. I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything like that. I just realized that sometimes what people need most isn't just someone who's just there to just completely distract them from what's happening in the world. They just sometimes need someone who can just make their day feel way better. And I just want to say how great, and mind you, I say this to my members, but I want to say this to all of you. And I said this during my channel update as well. I am so eternally grateful for everything you guys have ever done for me, but also making this community one that is absolutely above all else focused on making this a comfortable place for everyone who shows up. Life is still very good where you are, a bit of inflation, but still good. We don't like inflation. We don't like inflation at all. I don't like inflation of any kind. But I want to thank every single one of you for making this channel and everything that I do uh, a great place for other people to be. And what we've done, doing good on this end, boss, just living the dream. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. As long as y'all are doing fine, not just physically, but mentally as well, that's that's all right with me. That's all right with me. And I'm not gonna ask any more of you. I'm not gonna ask anything from you because you guys don't owe me anything at all. But I really like having these sessions where we talk about different things just in general because it's one thing to have a discussion where we focus on a topic like the education stream that we had or the how to be safe during these natural disasters as well. It's good to have those, but it's also nice to just talk to everyone to see where everyone's headspace is at and if everyone's doing just fine. I don't know how long this session is going to be. It may not be all that long, but I definitely wanted to cover uh just making sure that you guys are good. And mind you, I know with what I do, I know I'm not like the only person that you guys watch. I know I'm not, but I am grateful that you guys are it headspace wise. You guys are in a good place, at least from what I see. And this is just coming from the people who who are sorry, I lost my train of thought there because I was listening in the background. But people who are, you know, okay mentally while they go throughout their day. And if what and not just me, but I feel like it's very important to put yourself in an environment that isn't negative, where people aren't being negative, or you don't have people who are trying to make an environment hostile or even toxic even. Um I feel it's very important for people to avoid these places because a toxic environment, you know how we're doing, but how are you doing? You're doing good, boss? Yes, I'm fine. Physically, I'm fine. Eating healthy as much as I can. I'm taking time to rest. Sure, I tend to rest here in this chair and maybe I'm watching a video I haven't caught up on. And this is me cuz some people don't understand the way I rest isn't going to be the same way that everyone else rests. So if I'm just chilling here on the chair and I'm just looking at something or I'm just reading something, that's me resting. I'm not working, I'm not doing any video editing, I'm not streaming, I'm not making videos or doing anything of that kind, but I'm chilling. That is how I rest. So I tend to do that every time I'm done with like a stream that I do or every time I'm done with a video that I do. I just take that when I'm not working on something new for you guys, I am literally resting. It may not be me laying out on my bed taking a nap, but I am resting from doing anything overly, taxing on the mind. Because in order for me to bring my best to all of you, I need to make sure that the old think up here is nice and calm and free of stress. So I do that all the time, literally all the time. I'm not making, contrary to popular belief, I'm not making videos all the time. I'm not streaming all the time. There are days where I just take an entire day off from just not streaming and not making videos. Wednesdays are my days, unless there's a One Punch Man chapter, which doesn't last long. So I still have the rest of Wednesday in order to rest. But anytime I'm not making a video or not doing a stream, I am resting because what I do it's easy to get into but requires work to sustain. I'm not going to say I'm not going to say what I do is easy because it isn't. There's hurdles that I need to be wary of whenever I make a video, making sure that copyright is fine in one spot and I can avoid it in another, making sure that monetization does not impact my channel as a whole, making sure that the stuff I show on my videos doesn't get flagged and therefore put my channel under fire. Ever since those moments where one, I had like a strike on my channel because of the thumbnail of a solo leveling special episode that I had. And ever since I got flagged by AI because of my the beginning after the end read through of a manhwa, not the light novel, but the manhwa, which infringed me on Podio audiobooks of the beginning after the end, which did not make sense to me at all. And I got like 60 emails with 10 every hour. Ever since then, I have been very, very careful to make sure that everything that I do either doesn't get hit by copyright or it doesn't flag me in a way where it could harm my channel in any way. And that takes effort. Anyone who thinks YouTube is easy, they clearly don't use YouTube much. Clearly they don't. Flip, it's good to see you. You're doing great. Love your work. Thank you, Mihai. Uh, but but yes, making sure everyone stays healthy and safe, both physically and mentally, is a major factor. And never fear, I'm alone. There's always someone there. You just gotta find them, of course. And that can even extend to people you may meet online, genuine people, because not every single person you come across online has the best of intentions. And I bring this up all the time. With this dude, you put forth so much effort and dedication into your streams and videos. Thank you. It is about to get better, though, especially with my new PC. Oh, it's about to get better. But I just want to say that with what I do, something good to see you too. Cool. We still need to work out a good day for us to start playing Portal 2. We may need to run like a test video or a test stream one day to see how good our audio is going to be, because that's the real thing, is making sure that the audio is good overall, so that way you can be heard just as clearly as I am. So we'll work that out. We'll work that out. Um but doing this, week in, week out, because there's never really been a moment where I've taken an entire week off from doing what I do. But the days I do take for myself, and especially when I do days where, since I'm done with Hunter x Hunter, my Thursdays are now way more open than they've been before. Since I'm done reading the Whole Cake Island arc of One Piece on Saturdays, my Saturdays are now opened up. However, I am becoming more conscientious with the amount of time that I spend on streams and such, and trying not to go overboard. The one reason why I do my best to not go truly overboard with streams, and I feel like the longest I've gone for a stream lately was about a good 7 hours. That all stems when I was streaming the finale of Marvel's Midnight Suns, which started all the way at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon and lasted well past 11:59. Mind you, the limit to a stream on YouTube is exactly 11 hours and 59 minutes. It will not allow you to go to 12 hours, because I streamed for 12 hours and 13 minutes that day. Well, that entire day all the way into night. I streamed for that long, but the footage cut off. The footage cut off at 11:59 because I hit the limit for YouTube streaming. And then I had to say, this was before you showed up. This was before you showed up, Kitty. I know that look. This was before you showed up. And that's because of that stream why I limit how long I stream since then. It is literally because of that stream, because I felt like, wow, I just spent the past 11 hours streaming all of Marvel's Midnight Suns. All the rest of Marvel's Midnight Suns. So that's when I made a change where if I do a stream, the shortest I go is either like an hour. Oh really? I stream games on Twitch and manga on YouTube, so naturally I never had those issues. But did you stream 11 hours straight though? That's the thing. I went 11 hours straight. Oh, well, I went 12 hours straight. But it cut off. So I don't know if there's like, I still need to look into it to see if there's like a genuine limit. Hold on. Let me see. YouTube streaming. Tony, I see you. Don't worry, I got you. Streaming time limit Ah, okay. Okay, YouTube live streams have no strict fixed time limit, allowing for 24/7 long form broadcasting. However, YouTube only automatically archives, saves as videos on demand streams that are 12 hours or shorter. Streams exceeding 12 hours might not be saved at all, making 12 hours the practical limit for high quality rewatchable content. The most you've done is 9.5 hours, but I know the cutoff on Twitch is 24 hours. I'll probably never get to the point where I'm like, let's go 24 hours. I don't think I'll ever get to that point. Let's see. Streams must be under 12 hours to be automatically saved. If you hit a usually high daily limit for creating live streams, you may need to wait 24 hours to create new ones. It's a good thing I don't stream that long. But the proverbial limit on that is what caused me to go from however long I wanted to go to just 6 hours being the absolute most, which is why I try to get through the WUWA content in under that time so I don't go over my time and start to get comfortable with going to that going to that much time and then keep it there. So 4, which is the standard limit for me, and then 6 is the absolute limit for how long a session will tend to go on, which is why I tend to cut things off whenever I get to around 4 hours. Imagine the stress and mental strain in streaming for 24 hours. I don't want to, because people do it on the regular, and their mental fortitude is stronger than mine. 6 hours is also my absolute most. See? Right there. Right there. You and me, we understand each other. Because while there's nothing wrong with going for long hours and going for a long period of time, sometimes you really do pay attention to, like, wow, I spent all these hours doing this one thing. And then it's nighttime and it's getting close to when you go to bed. And so for me, it's not like what I do is a waste of time. Never felt that. Never felt that in the 10 plus years of me doing this. But it is healthy, though, to put limits so that it's not like you're dedicating your entire life to just this one thing. Mind you, YouTube is my only job. However, I realize that the people I have in this community are so incredible, so incredibly understanding that if I say I want to take a break for a little bit, you guys have no problem with it. It's not a matter of like, oh, he's always doing something on Monday. He's always doing something on Tuesday. He's always doing something on Friday, on Thursday, on Saturday. I am so grateful to have such a large community that says, if you want to take a break, you take care of yourself first, boss. And then when you come back, we'll be here. I'm grateful for that. My biggest issue is since I wear my mask, it starts to hurt after a couple hours. With the years, it's become less noticeable, but it's still there. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. Dude, we tell you to rest. Yeah, you guys do. You guys tell me to rest. You guys tell me to rest well, not all the time. It's just only when it gets to the point where I need to. Because I still remember trying to go that extra amount of time playing Black Myth Wukong, and I was trying to defeat Erlong Shen. And that was when it was getting like 8 hours plus to how long I was trying to beat him. Mind you, it didn't take 8 hours, but it was getting over 3 hours of me trying to attempt him. At the time, I didn't really know the best way to beat him, but that was when Kitty here, and I remember the conversation saying like, it's probably best if you take a break now and then come back to it tomorrow, because I believe it was a Friday. Saturday is when I came back. It's probably best if you could take a break now and come back tomorrow when you're fully refreshed. And I was just tired, and my voice was low. I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. Like, when my voice starts to get really low during the stream, it means I've been going for too long. I no longer have the energy to scream out loud or project myself. And then that's one thing that caused me to really enforce this limit to when I stream and how long I go for. Because it's not like the game is gonna disappear. Contrary to the people who think Sony's DMR is causing people to have to check in on the internet every 30 days in order to keep the games that they paid for, which is, untrue, by the way. It only happens the moment you purchase it. and that's it, and they never do it again. Contrary to that mindset, the game ain't going nowhere. Same thing with Lego Batman, which I will be playing. Things worked out fine. I will be playing Lego Batman. But it's not like the games are going to go anywhere. It's not like they're going to jump off the shelves and say like, "Hey man, you haven't played us in 40 years, man. We going to go someplace else where somebody else can play us instead." It's not like the games are going to do that. So, there is literally no rush to the games and stuff that I'm going to do on this channel. Now, mind you, if I say I'm going to do it in within that month, you best believe I'm gonna make sure it happens because, I don't like to keep people waiting if they're waiting on stuff. And if I put a date to it, I like to be a man of my word and stick to it. But resting is something that I just generally do. Because lately, my method of resting is just chilling in here, preparing to get my stuff ready so I can start to replace my setup because I know that's gonna take some time. And I feel like I may need 2 days. With that specifically, I may need 2 days just for me. I'm not sure if it's me or on your end, but your audio and pick is skipping. Uh, is it skipping? Hold on, hold on. Give me one quick second. Give me one quick second. I'll be right back. Gotta put something in the fridge, and then we'll come back and continue. Hold tight. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, everybody. But I've learned to rest a little bit better. And things have been going way smoother. But yeah, I'm probably going to need like a good 2 days to just set everything up, transfer stuff from here to there. and then get used to not using a laptop anymore because I've been using this Dell 15 for quite a while, and being able to use my brand new Geekom, I am so happy. Finally, an upgrade. I'm not gonna be using it for like a whole bunch of gaming because mainly just need it for better work because I've been doing 720 quality streams for years. For years. Tried doing it with 1080, and then I would face the issue of screen tearing. Audio would get chopped up. Back what you missed? Oh, nothing. I just got back myself and sat down and just saying, like, I'm probably going to need a good 2 days in order to, one, set up all my stuff, and two, transfer everything I need over to my new system. But for years, I've just been operating on 720 simply because this is what this machine could handle. Anytime I tried to bump it up to 1080, it would cause massive screen tearing and it would make the video choppy. I tried to do that with my Elgato HD60, and mind you, that thing's old too, so I probably need to look into getting a better graphics card for external graphics card that I've been using, because I've been using an Elgato HD60. Not the HD60S, but the HD60, like the first one. I know they got like a newer version out right now, but the one I'm using now, I mean, it functions fine. I can record videos just fine, so it's not like I'm in desperate need of a brand new Elgato. But I feel with this, I'll be able to pull off so much better quality stuff for you guys, which is smoother, looks better, and the streams will look better as well because instead of it just being locked to like 720 at 60 FPS, we can finally bump it up to 1080. Now, mind you, I don't think I'll be able to go as far as like 4K, but then again, I don't really see the point of me pushing it to 4K. So 1080 is more than enough because it tends to be a bit of a standard for a lot of videos and streams that are out there right now. And I'm not doing that just to copy them, but I just feel like it'll be better in the long run so you guys can see way more better stuff while you're watching whatever I showcase, whether it's Lego Batman or let's see, Returnal, or you messing with basically anything else for the rest of this month because I want to get it started as soon as possible. So all I have to worry about is just enjoying the rest of the month, getting familiarized with it, getting reintroduced to just the concept of, because let me tell you this, my history of using a laptop goes back several years. But before that, my family, we had an HP Gateway computer tower. And it was one that we took with us when we lived in Louisville. And this was before I had like any laptop of any kind or any good laptop of any kind. And then when I started upgrading and started getting better stuff and then actually started to do YouTube, I saw the need for like a good system to use, but just something that would get me by. And this is yet another thing that has managed to get me by for pretty much almost more than half of my career. And it's been good, but it is time for a change. Time for a meaningful upgrade that I have been looking forward to for quite some time. And I am happy to have reached this point where I actually get to do much better stuff for you guys. Stuff will run better and smoother because because the mini PC I have has twice the amount of RAM, it has twice the amount of space, and it is made to handle a whole bunch of things all at once. So I'm just very, very grateful and happy that I actually get to do better stuff for all of you, not just for myself, but for all of you as well. And I'm excited. Now, another thing that I kind of want to bring up is gaming wise, I ain't going to be playing every single thing that comes out. I know Soros is out, Lego Batman is coming out later this month, and I'm definitely going to be playing that because, yeah, I'm definitely going to be playing that as soon as it comes out, so I can't wait for that. But I'm also going to be playing, and I probably might be repeating some things I said in the channel update, but Final Fantasy VII, the original one, I will be playing that. That will probably start next week. That'll more than likely start next week. Now, the thing I kind of want to take care of before we get to that point is go through Final Fantasy 16's The Rising Tide DLC for 16, because even though and the DLC came out in 2024, so me saying like 2 to 3 years, it was really just 2 years. I really want to go through that DLC because I never touched it. And then I want to close the book on my time with Final Fantasy 16. I'll still mess with it until I get like the platinum and then do every single thing that there is to do for the game. But once that's done, that'll be like how much space? How much space is Final Fantasy 16? Because I got my PS5 on right now. All right, you won't let me look at any of my stuff unless you're connected online. I took my Ethernet cable out. Hold on. But I'm excited though. I'm very excited though. Also, I don't want to make this about me. I don't want to make this about me. Please forgive me if it sounded like I'm just focusing on just talking about what I'm going to do here. So please forgive me for that. One thing that has definitely grabbed my attention lately is Xbox. Surprisingly, it's actually grabbed my attention. Now, mind you, with the new CEO for Xbox, I think her name is Asha or Aisha. Uh, I was very, 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 very skeptical of her after Phil Spencer left. But the moment Phil Spencer leaves, Xbox Game Pass's price rolls back. And now we have her basically rebranding Microsoft Gaming to go back to being Xbox again, because she said we need to refocus on what makes Xbox Xbox. We don't need to make a we need to separate Microsoft from Xbox, because people bought an Xbox. They didn't buy a Microsoft console, they bought an Xbox. So to me, that does genuinely sound like a step in the right direction. Mind you, Xbox still has a ways to go before they gain the appearance of, okay, this is now officially a competitor for PlayStation right now. Because their biggest moneymaker is essentially Game Pass. Essentially. Because they don't really have anything else for their console that tells people, hey, buy an Xbox. But it's a good thing. But I think it's a good thing. Now, mind you, I don't want to sound doom and gloom, nor do I want to sound overly skeptical where it's all like, once a failure in Xbox, always a failure in Xbox, because many people get that distinction and get that confusion. But I feel like it's funny how as soon as Phil Spencer leaves, Game Pass drops in price, and now Xbox is being rebranded to being known as a gaming console and not just a console where you can do basically everything on it. I mean, there's a video out there on YouTube right now where when Xbox One was showcased, there was more stuff shown on the Xbox One about streaming and videos and TV and movies more than games. There's literally a compilation of one of the spokespeople. I think it was either a creative director or somebody whose name I forget. Just going up there saying how good it is to watch TV on, how good it is to watch movies on, how good it is to watch your streaming services on, but not that many words spoken about actual video games. But it's funny how now that Phil Spencer is gone, we get a drop in Xbox Game Pass price and the rebranding of Microsoft Gaming being called Xbox again. Not too long after this man has left, effective immediately, which to this day is still baffling to me. I have never known a CEO of a game company to be let go effective immediately, with literally no time to prepare for the transition. Sorry, something on my eye. But I've never known a CEO to be gone from their position immediately. To this day, that still baffles me. Phil Ryan wasn't let go immediately. Any other CEOs from Nintendo weren't let go immediately. If they were let go, they had time leading up to it. But with Phil Spencer, it's like, yeah, he's gone right now. Right now, right now? Right now, right now. Whoa, never heard that. So it's still baffling. And I don't know if anyone has the full story as to why he was let go fully. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it because I don't really do too much of concerning, video gaming drama unless it's very bad. Like Grand Theft Auto basically earning $5 billion in shark card revenue for Grand Theft Auto 5, which is insane, by the way. $5 billion in revenue? Hold on. Hold on, because I saw this and I was baffled that how you gain this much money but keep delaying Grand Theft Auto 6. How you get billions of dollars and Grand Theft Auto 6 still gets delayed? I was kind of questioning that. So hold on, let me see. Rockstar Shark Card. Yep. Recently leaked financial data, Rockstar Games has generated over $5 billion in revenue from shark cards alone in Grand Theft Auto Online since its launch back in 2013. This massive figure stems from in-game microtransactions, with reports indicating the game continues to generate high weekly revenues even years after its release. And this is not including standard game sales or the Grand Theft Auto Plus subscription service. It is literally revenue gained from players buying shark cards within Grand Theft Auto that generates up to 5 billion. And mind you, it isn't 5 billion recently. It is how much they've earned since over the past 10 years. $5 billion. So that's crazy. So weekly earnings suggest that GTA Online earns approximately 8.5 million weekly. 8.5 million weekly. To me, it just seems like hands were in pots they shouldn't have been, and the board saw it. That's all I'll say about it. Oh, I get it. Speaking of Rocks, can we give a shout out to him and the people with and around him? They've been on point and diligent with their work lately. Oh, yes. Shout out to Rocks, who's a member of this community who is an expert seismologist. Literally, his entire job is centered around seismic activity all over the world. Not just one specific section, but literally all over. And there's been a ton of activity going on. And because of Rocks' diligence and the work that he does, because of his diligence and the work that he does, Rocks has saved people's lives. This is not an exaggeration. This is what he's done. He has warned people before things got worse, and many lives have been saved because of him. That is incredible. We look to comics. We look to comics and we look at movies and we see all these superheroes. But at the end of the day, they're fictional. Someone like Rocks, he's real. And he's saving lives. And that is so incredible to me. So Rocks, if you ever hear this, if you ever see this, you do outstanding work. Why is he barking? Hold on. Denim's barking. Is someone here in the house? is someone here in the house? Gets up and walks towards potential danger and dogs barking. Yeah, yeah, cuz I'm gonna be real with you. Though there are moments of though there is a hint of we need to one hold on. Better to check it out than caught unawares. Also, CDs, good to see you as well. We're just talking. But I've just been talking about what was I talking about last? Oh, what was I talking about last? Hold on. Oh yeah, Rocks. Rocks. It's talking about Rocks. Rocks has been going above and beyond to keep people safe with his seismic data. You know, from Japan to India to Singapore and all these other places. He's really been going above and beyond. And we know he's busy. We know he's busy. He's a mod here as well because he has exactly what I'm looking for in terms of a moderator. So he's one of my mods here, and it's just like it's just a blessing to have him here. You know, it's just a blessing to have him here and be so helpful. But also he has a genuine soul as well. He's amazing, absolutely amazing. But yeah, and it's crazy how much seismic activity has been happening all over the world all of a sudden. It's just crazy. It's insane. It's insane just how bad thing it's just how much stuff has happened. And I'm just like, there's so much happening near Japan. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine for yourself if you've never experienced an earthquake before, living in an area where earthquakes are known to happen? Not often, but occasionally. And occasionally, for most people, tends to be often. So, can you imagine living in a nation where earthquakes happen, but you're also near, it's a nation that is also close to water? So, not only do you have to worry about the earthquakes, but you also have to worry about potential tsunamis as well, because earthquakes can cause tsunamis. So it's quite a lot to just like take in all at once. So for Rocks, I know for a fact that that's so much data he has to get together. So many people he has to talk to in order to get this information out to different places, people he has to call. I'm not even going to try and imagine how much work goes into what he does, but it's just an honor to meet someone who does work, to know someone who does work that saves lives. You experienced an earthquake once in the Dominican Republic. You was, oh yeah, I get it. I remember here in North Carolina when I was in a Walmart after church service was over one Sunday. I do not discuss moderation. I do not discuss moderation from a server on stream. Do not come to this stream trying to get me to reverse anything that people brought upon themselves. Have a good day. But I remember being in Walmart and all of a sudden, another one. Nice try. You guys can create as many accounts as you want to, but your behavior is what led to you guys being gone. Think about that. I'm not trying to flex. I'm not trying to, one up anybody, but you literally brought it upon yourselves. That's all I'm saying. This will not be discussed any further. In Walmart, I was reading a magazine, and then all of a sudden, I just felt like the shaking, which isn't like try to get them, don't worry about it, I got them because I knew they were going to show up. Um, it was just like this shaking while I was reading a magazine. I think it was a manga. It was either a manga or it was like a Nintendo Power magazine. They still do those, right? But it was just that one moment where I went through an actual earthquake itself. And I'd never had another experience like that. So imagine a nation where people actually have to go through that on a regular basis. Just imagine that. So, yeah. So the work that Rox has been doing, it's been nothing short of life-saving. And I'm grateful that we have him here in this community. So, another thing that I wanted to bring up, going back to it, Final Fantasy 16 is taking up like 111 gigs. 111 gigs on my system. Once I finally get through all of that, then I can clear that space out and be able to play, even more games in the future. And I'm looking at anything else that I need to go through, and nothing currently that I need to remove off of my space. So, we're all good there. But I just feel couldn't believe the stories told me when he was deployed to help Sumatra. Yeah, and also there was this volcano that went off too. There was this volcano. What was the place, Kitty? Because you remember. What was the place where this volcano went off? One earthquake shook the world. Yeah. Yep, games. What was the volcano? What it wasn't Maya. It wasn't Maya. It was something that started with an M. It was a place that started with an M. I'm trying to remember exactly what that place was. It went off, and people only had moments to get out of the area as the volcano went off and ash. Moyana, yeah, Moyana. That's the place. You showed me the video of that volcano going off, and people were just in the area around this volcano while it was going off, and they only had a short amount of time to get out of there because when you're close to a volcano as it's going off, you really don't have that much time. And that one eruption video that we watched, it was like it was Mount Ray something. It was Mount Ray something. It was Mount Ray something where we saw, the effects of pyroclastic flows and just how powerful they are, and how that one volcano's pyroclastic flow managed to go down the mountain, and then another one went down and it went faster, and then another one went down and it went faster. Moyana was the one Courier was near. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah. It's like living in an area with active volcanoes. And not having enough time. And you really got to think about having enough time to get away from these areas. Just being, because breathing in just the ash from a volcano is already dangerous, but you also got to be worried about pyroclastic flows and its effect on the environment. It's like we've seen earthquakes and volcanoes becoming active, and it's just insane lately. It's just absolutely insane. So overall, all I can say to everyone is just to be safe wherever you are, wherever you're going. Yeah, it's just been complete geological chaos, because I've been seeing so many earthquakes in a short amount of time, and a lot of them have been 5 points and slightly higher. And a lot of them happen in like a certain area where they all are compacted together and thus cause a basically condensed earthquake in one spot can affect an area if they're all happening in a specific area. And if they're next to a trench, that could make things even worse. So seeing like geological chaos happening all over, absolutely crazy. And if I have anyone who lives in an area where earthquakes are known to happen, please be safe. That's all I'll say. Yeah, just please be safe. So, another thing I kind of wanted to bring up is who's looking forward to Summer Game Fest? Because Summer Game Fest, hold on, let me look it up. And I got food here, so this session may not be for too much longer because I don't want to eat on stream. I really want to get everything I want to say out, and then I'll eat. But Summer Game Fest. That starts on June 5th to the 8th, with it premiering with a 2-hour showcase on June 5th, which will be at 5 p.m. Please tell me June 5th isn't on a Wednesday. Please tell me it's not on a Wednesday. I'm looking it up. June 5th. When is June 5th? See, I could have saved myself some trouble, and June 5th is on a Friday. Thank God. Oh, I'm so happy. June 5th is on a Friday. So we are definitely gonna be reacting to that. We are definitely gonna be reacting to that on June the 5th. It's on a Friday. Perfect. Because if it was Thursday, I mean, it wouldn't be much of an issue simply because I already react to the beginning after the end on Thursday afternoons. And since, like I said, because with Hunter x Hunter, it took so much time. Matter of fact, I need to go back to the previous stream that I did and then edit out the empty moments because there were some that I still haven't edited out yet so that it's still nice and concise for anyone who wants to get into the Hunter x Hunter series. I still need to go back to that. But June 5th. Woo, thank you, Kitty, member for 29 months. Friday. React to games on Friday. Now, here's what I want to see. What I want to see is an announcement for Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Either an expansion or the announcement of more free content or us getting Queen Sonya and Demon King Ganondorf as playable characters, because not having them be playable characters in the base game is still incredibly baffling to me. Another thing I want to see is potential Black Myth Wukong news, because back when we had the Black Myth Zhang Kui trailer, Jeff Keighley said, like, for those of you who are still enjoying the journey of the Destined One and Black Myth Wukong, your journey is not over. And that was after we got the free update for, like, the challenge mode for Black Myth Wukong already. So I would like to hear something from Black Myth Wukong, whether we get, like, a DLC or even an expansion on that, too. I would like to hear something from that. I feel like it's been too long since we heard anything from the Iron Man game that EA's gaming studio, Motive Studios, is working on. It's been too long since we heard anything from that. We've heard more from Wolverine than we did from Iron Man. Mind you, I think Wolverine was shown first, because at least it has a trailer. Iron Man doesn't. We just know that it's being worked on. But I would like to hear some Marvel-related game stuff. I would like to hear some DC-related game stuff, because, once again, the only game that's coming out that's DC-related is Batman. Lego Batman. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it does kind of give the idea, a rough idea, that WB doesn't really know how to use any of its other properties for video games other than Batman. It's like... It would be like saying Marvel doesn't know how to make any other Marvel games other than Spider-Man. Mind you, all the Spider-Man games have been good lately. Marvel Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Marvel Spider-Man 2. Those have been incredible Marvel games. But at least Marvel knows that we have more than Spider-Man on our team. Yes, it is sad that we are not getting a Black Panther game, but at least we're getting Iron Man. At least we're getting Wolverine. At least we're still getting that Captain America slash Captain America 1949 game with Black Panther in it. But DC, apparently Batman is their absolute cash cow. Wait, this weekend is Mother's Day? Yes. Why no Black Panther game? They just canceled it. They just straight up said like, yeah, we decided not to continue development on this Black Panther game. It was going to be open world. You were going to be able to play as I think it was there some announcement? Yes, this was a while back. This was a while back. This was last year. The same year, we also were told that, hey, Transformers Reactivate is not getting made anymore. We decided to cancel development. So not only did we lose out on a Black Panther game, but we also lost out on a Transformers game. It is still mind-boggling to me that games like Transformers does not have the following that many people love. And you would think after the Transformers 1 movie, which they did that movie so dirty with this promotional because they thought that, oh, this is just a game for kids. Oh, it's trying to be funny. So they didn't really push it out there. But after watching that movie, it is literally one of the greatest Transformers movies I have ever seen. And everyone should watch it. And it baffles me how they ruined the marketing for that. But you would think after Transformers 1, they would go the extra mile to try and keep the name of Transformers in people's mouths. Still, you would think Microsoft would see that as a perfect opportunity to say like, oh, we found that code, we found that data, we found that source code for the Transformers Cybertron game, so you can get both War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron. You can get both of those to coincide with you watching Transformers 1. So that way your time with the Transformers series doesn't end there. But no, such a massive missed opportunity. And now, the one game that could have kept people invested in Transformers, at least on the gaming spectrum, if not from the toy spectrum, that game is gone. That game is dead. There was even footage and knowledge of like all the stuff we could be doing. Early gameplay footage of seeing Bumblebee and Starscream and the stuff that you would be doing. It would be as close to Transformers Warframe as anyone could get. But they said no. So I'm deeply saddened that a lot of these series that we it wasn't Marvel 1949. It was 1943 Rise of Hydra. That was the game with Captain America and Black Panther in it. Let me see. Black Panther game canceled? Yes. EA has canceled its open world Black Panther game and shut down the developer Cliffhanger Games in May of last year. The decision follows 4 years of pre-production and aims to refocus EA's resources on high growth opportunities, according to EA Entertainment president Laura Miele. The project was meant to feature multiple playable characters. So not only was the studio that was created to create this game was shut down, and it had veterans from Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. The game was planned as a large open-world third-person action game focusing on the mantle of the Black Panther, with rumors of a Nemesis-like system, according to Polygon. Another game that was going to use that Nemesis system was essentially Wonder Woman, and that game was canceled too. The game would have reportedly featured T'Challa, Shuri, and Killmonger. EA cited a desire to focus on major established franchises, e.g., Madden and Apex Legends, rather than long development, riskier new IPs, as reported by Radio Times and IGN. Now, what this translates to is EA is known for pushing out as many games as possible with game passes, seasons passes, battle passes, and all sorts of DLC that they can nickel and dime players, because that is what EA does. They don't understand the concept of let's create a finished product and let's do that more often. They just see the endless growth of people shelling out money to get this one player card in Madden or this one character in Ultimate Team over in FIFA. And they just continuously do that. They don't look at games like Jedi Survivor or Jedi Fallen Order and think we need more games like that. They see that as like lightning in a bottle that probably won't strike twice. They don't see that. And years upon years of creating games where the game tells you you are better off if you get your hands on this Ultimate Team pack. We're doing you a favor by giving you just a little bit extra currency to go along with it. Just a little bit more. Because once they get you in the door, they think that they got you. But if you know how to break it off real quick, then you fine. And this is the reason why I avoid any games that EA makes. The games that EA publishes are a completely different story because they don't have a hand in actually making that game, which is why Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor are actually good, because EA only published the game. They didn't make it. That's the reason why the game is good. It ain't got nothing to do with EA because EA had absolutely no hand in it. But EA, it does not surprise me that trying to push out single-player games is in any way on their minds because, like I said, the endless growth of revenue that one can gain from all these sports games and live service games that can charge people all this money for skins and outfits and customization options and the ability to potentially unlock a person through a gacha system that they tend to put in a lot of their games, if not all of them, that is too grand, too precious to separate into like a single player game. Why waste all this time developing this game over a long period of time when we can just continue to push out the same game year after year, slap a new year on it, and expect people to think that, oh, this game has changed? Because one good example, and if you really want to see just how far EA has fallen off with many of the franchises that they have access to, think of the Madden series. The Madden series has been the exact same for the past 15 years. They hope that people will forget about the settings and the different abilities and different capabilities that previous Madden games have done in the past. And they'll reintroduce them in newer games, saying like, this is brand new, never before used technology. And you go back 10 years, trust me, Angry Joe keeps footage of playing old games that said this exact same thing, but they'll say it in their newer games because they hope that you probably forgot about them saying that in the previous games or hope that you never played it. So it makes it seem like this is new stuff that they've done before when older games actually do what the new games are trying to do better. And this is EA in all of their games, which is the reason why I really don't be messing with EA's games all that often. But yeah, that's what, sorry for the long spiel there, Mihai. That's essentially the reason why the Black Panther game got canceled. The Iron Man game has not been canceled. They didn't say anything about that, so that's still ongoing right now. Wolverine due out in September, so who knows? Maybe we could see something from Wolverine at the Summer Game Fest. That's another thing. But like I said, I want to see more stuff concerning Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment and making those two characters playable, because there's no way you're going to release a game like Age of Imprisonment and not try to do an expansion or a DLC connected to it, because they did it for Age of Calamity. And they added more characters on top of that. On top of that, I want to see some more stuff from Black Myth Wukong. I want to see them either expand on the game, maybe unleash an update that makes it so that we can just uncap our skills and we can just become truly overpowered like the actual Wukong himself. I don't know, we'll call it Great Sage mode or whatever. I'm just throwing ideas out there. That's what I want from there. I want more Marvel games talked about other than the ones that we know of, even though brand new footage of Wolverine would definitely be great. I want DC to come out swinging with something that isn't Batman related. Because after Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, as much as I enjoyed Suicide Squad, I know it was definitely not going to be the game that people enjoyed. I enjoyed it for what it was. Called out the discrepancies and the problems with the game, but I still enjoyed it. And even now, people are still getting into the game and realizing, like, wow, this game isn't even all that bad like people made it out to be. I know, because the internet wanted to create this rhetoric that this is not a game you should be playing at all. And big names went out of their way to say the same thing as well. However, despite how much I and others enjoyed it, not enough from DC. Clearly not enough. So there is literally no excuse why DC can't create a game or multiple games that are actually good. There's literally no excuse. Marvel's out here saying, like, we fine. Don't worry about it. We good. We trust the people that are making games for us. But DC says, like, Wonder Woman game, no one wants to play that. Play this brand new mobile game. Again. So DC needs to come out swinging with way more better games and not fall prey to the potential money made from a gotcha, but actually create a game that can generally last. But I'm just saying, maybe. I am not holding my breath if DC doesn't show anything at all. I'm not. Another thing I'm looking forward to is more games from Japan. We need more of them because those games are just selling. Resident Evil, doing very well. Monster Hunter Stories 3, doing very well. Pragmata, literally 16 days out after launch, and it's already sold over 2 million copies. Literally just a little over 2 weeks, 2 million copies. Capcom is making bank because they releasing good stuff. Really good stuff. So games that are coming from other countries already have my attention because they tend to be very good because they're not trying to follow any weird doctrine that the West is trying to preach and tell everyone that this is the way you should feel, and if you don't feel the way that I feel, then there's something wrong with you mentality, because a lot of these games that ignore that tend to be good. So I'm looking forward to more games that are outside of America, whether they be indie or AAA, depending on who, but a lot of indie games have been very, very good lately, like Absalom and Marvel Cosmic Invasion. A lot of those games have been absolutely phenomenal. And mind you, I haven't played Absalom yet. I will in the future at some time when I get the time. But that's pretty much all I have on hand as far as like what I would like to see. But the fact that it's going to be a 2-hour showcase has me very, very curious. Not only that, but it's actually been quite a while since we had a state of play from PlayStation. So keeping an eye out for that as well. We need to stay away from that can of worms. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm staying away from it because you know how people can be when they feel like they can't say whatever they want. They get all up in arms when there are consequences for their actions. So as you clearly noted earlier on, so the West ideology, no, more like the West idiocracy, more like, because that tends to, even though there's a ton of smart people in this country, but they're overshadowed by the ones who aren't. So yeah, but let me see here. That's pretty much my game plan for like what I'm probably going to do. No, tomorrow is the People's Reacts. I was thinking like, no, we're gonna play Final Fantasy 16 tomorrow, but no, tomorrow is actually the People's Reacts where you guys send in videos you guys want me to react to. So make sure you guys, and I put it up on the community post. You guys put up what you guys would like for me to react to in there as well. And for those of you on Discord, you guys put it up in the video and video suggestion as well. And we'll sort through those and we'll go from there. And that'll be our little session that we have for tomorrow. But days are way more open. I'm going to rest up a little bit more in a moment because my food still very hot. But I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, you got to dip. I'm about to dip as well because I feel like I said everything that I wanted to say at the moment. And we talked a little bit. We'll have another one of these. Before this month is up, we'll have another one of these, probably in the last week of this month. If the last week, hold on, let me pull up my calendar. Let me see. The last week of this month is not going to be long enough. So I want to say possibly maybe the second to last week because the last week of no wait, I'm looking at June. My bad, I'm looking at June. Yeah, we got time. We got time. Never mind. Never mind. We got time. We got time. We'll have another session later. See how things are holding up. But yeah, I'm gonna take. I think we spoke enough. Even though I was just talking a whole lot. Apologies for that. I tend to do that. Even though I was talking the most, I hope I touched on enough topics for you guys. And if I missed anything, please let me know. And that way we can talk about it in our next session. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this time to eat myself some food and then rest the rest of the day before I start to, you know, move some stuff around and start to prepare for tomorrow. And also continue watching Overlord because I'm rewatching the Overlord anime. I'm currently on season 3, and it's just like it's just as good as I remember. My goodness, it's such a good anime. But to it'll be on your birthday because yours is on the 30th, isn't it? CDs? Your birthday's on the 30th, I believe. Yes. Yeah, your birthday's on the 30th, I believe. Yeah. Don't worry. I'll make sure that when that happens, everyone will sing happy birthday to you once that happens. But I'm going to take my leave, everybody, so I can eat my food and rest the rest of the day. 31st. That's on a Sunday. That's on a Sunday. Okay. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and mark that. Yeah, let me go ahead and mark that. Okay, there we go. Now there's no other way for me to be able to miss this. So that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. If I missed a topic for us to talk about in chat here today, there will always be next time. Let me know it or be sure to bring it up so that way we can discuss it. Even though I talked about games and what's going to be happening with the channel going forward, there will be plenty of time to bring up these topics a little bit later on. To everyone here, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Even check out my membership or Patreon because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. And because I know you're coming back anyway. Have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.